Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Jasmine, the Ahsoka Tano fan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, it's time for not another episode of The Bad Batch, but another 2 episodes of The Bad Batch because they released episode 6 and 7. I'm gonna be a little bit late with these videos just because of work, you know how it is. But yeah guys, so last episode was definitely a solid episode. We got to see The Bad Batch back in action with Crosshair, which was definitely long overdue. We saw some tension, particularly between Crosshair and Hunter, but we did see that resolve towards the end as they ended up working together in order to complete their mission. And their mission in this case was returning to the same outpost that was in season 2, only that time Crosshair was there under orders of the Empire, and this time he was there with his brothers on the run from the Empire. And they were of course there because they were trying to pull data from Nala Se's data pad. It was definitely a good overall solid episode. We got action, we got good moments with the Bad Batch, and like I said, we got to see them finally reunited working together. Of course, the only person missing is Tech. I still don't think I've moved on from that. So going into this episode, we have to see where the Bad Batch goes from here, and what they're gonna do with the intel that they pulled. So I don't want to speculate too much. So without further ado, guys, let's blast our way into episode 6 of The Bad Batch season 3 and check out what's in store for us. Infiltration. All right, so they're going somewhere again. They're infiltrating somewhere. Either that or someone or something infiltrates them, like a spy droid or some sort of spy. Okay. Is that Rex? I'm looking at the armor. Okay. Yeah, but then who's keeping an eye on the clone assassin?
Hauser, I'm approaching with the senator. What's your status?
It is Rex.
All clear up top.
Wait, he just said Hauser, didn't he? Hauser, he's the clone that he got arrested for taking a stand against the Empire, right? We saw him during the Hera arc, I believe.
It is not safe for us here.
We're not safe anywhere, GSA.
I recognize this senator. We've seen him before. I think he was from season 1, maybe?
Had to take a few extra precautions.
Oh, it's Senator Chuchi. I was gonna say, because she really was helping out the clones, right? We saw her last season.
Seeing as how our planets were on opposite sides during the Clone War.
We are now united in wanting the same things. The Emperor is concerned that planets and systems may unite and oppose him.
I will do anything for my people. For Axis.
Right, Raxus, that's where we saw him. Okay, what's this guy up to now? Wow. He's a real problem.
Greer, come in.
Rex is gonna figure something out.
Greer's not responding. Intruder, protect the senators! Everyone, down!
Shoot. Is that clear?
Unit's going underground. He's heading for the southern maintenance tower. On it.
I guess now we know why it's called infiltration. I guess the clone assassin is who's doing the infiltrating. Oh, did he get him?
It's one of those shadows we keep running into.
They should take him with them.
We secured the assassin.
Yeah.
I'd advise you and Singh to keep a lower profile until we know more.
Thank you, Rex.
You think he'll cooperate?
Probably
I won't
not.
count on it. We recovered this from his gear. Have Fireball find out what's on it.
Interesting. I like seeing the clones work together. And Hauser is one of those characters where we didn't know when we first saw him if we were going to see him again, right? It's always cool when they do that, bring back previous characters. And he took a stand against the Empire from then, right? So now we get to see what Rex has been up to, I think.
The electro capsule was implanted in one of his...
Yeah, so he can't kill himself.
His identifying number's been wiped too. No matter what they did to you, no matter what you've done, you're still a clone. I can help you.
He doesn't look like he wants to be helped. Tentis. We haven't seen Tantus in a couple episodes now, right?
Why have I been activated? One of the other operatives has gone dark. He's been compromised. Track him down and neutralize him.
Shoot. So they keep some clones on standby just so they can activate them as assassins whenever they want to.
Tantus? And the clones imprisoned there. Were you one of them?
You can tell he was because he looked up a little bit when they mentioned Tantus.
You need to push him harder.
Can we just appreciate that the entire past couple scenes have been entirely D. Bradley Baker? So talented.
But that wasn't the only person on his list.
Oh, Omega!
We should bring them here. Crosshair is with them. This is our chance to question him. If you want to locate Tantus, then we need him to talk.
Kinda has a point.
So where exactly are we headed?
Wait, is she playing with a toothpick in her mouth? Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. She's really learning from Crosshair.
Any idea why Rex wants us there so urgently? They didn't say.
Oh my gosh. I can't. That is too cute, too funny.
They don't look happy to see us. Just like old times, huh?
Good to see you, Rex. I have unfinished business with this one. Remember me?
Oh,
Most of my squad from Ryloth is dead because of you.
yikes.
We're all on the same side now.
Tension.
I was planning on giving you this after I made a few more modifications, but
Oh,
An energy crossbow. Where did you
oh
get it?
yeah. She had that one before. Sick.
To Echo.
Who is this? Oh, okay. It's a pretty cool chair, just slid back into place. So the Empire is almost using the clones the same way they used Force-sensitive people and former Jedi as Inquisitors to hunt down remaining clones/Jedi.
your numbers are growing. Well, we need all the help we can get. I have questions about the facility, but that's not the only reason why I sent for you. We recovered a target list, and Omega's on it.
She escaped Imperial custody.
But you're not on the list.
Guess I'm not as valuable to them.
Or you're feeding them information.
Oh crap, that's where he's going with this.
I'm not loyal to the Empire any longer.
Your squad may trust you, but I don't.
Yikes.
The Empire's targeting you.
No surprise there.
I love how they make light of it now.
They after you before.
To force Nalisay to cooperate. She was working on something involving M-count? I don't know what that means.
Rex might though, because he worked with Jedi. Well, a couple of the others did too, but yeah.
Well, I've heard it mentioned before, but I can't say for sure. What else can you tell us?
But this looks like where Jabba the Hutt's son was held in the Clone Wars movie, in the Teth system.
Gregor's recipe, with a few of my own spicy modifications.
I remember this guy too.
Not all of the clones on Tantus are prisoners. There is a division of clones trained as specialized.
Oh yeah,
and
like Scorch's
initiated a
division.
secret deep cover program run by Hemlock. They undergo conditioning.
If the program's so secretive, how do you know?
Oh
about it?
god, he's not gonna let this go, is
They
he?
tried to make me into one of them. Being defective is in my nature.
What aren't you telling us? We captured one. Very cooperative.
You have one here, alive.
Oh,
The Empire would be on top of us already.
oh shoot, well they
Ways
are.
of tracking their operatives. It's not the kind of tracker your scans would pick up.
Where's the operative?
I would say Crosser might be the most successful one to get information out of him. Oh, there. Holy, how did he just, wow. Batcher's gonna pick up on something. Maybe. Oh no, it's not good. He's gonna see Omega.
Here, you can have mine.
She's really giving it. Damn, he's right there. How did they not see him, man?
I have a visual on Dr. Hemlock's
Uh-oh.
Prepare for the recovery strike team. Girl must be taken alive.
Oh my gosh. She better not get taken again. Wow. So they're being targeted and tracked right now and they don't even know it. Is he scared of him?
If you want answers, why aren't you asking him?
Maybe they did missions together before or something.
They are coming for all of you.
You too, buddy. They're literally trying to neutralize you. Damn. Shit.
We got a shooter out here.
Oh, they killed him already. Wow, that was fast. Oh, man.
Wow. Into the command post. I'll cover you. Go!
What's he gonna do? Oh, man. Oh, did he just sacrifice himself? He did. Wait, was that... Who was that? Was that Fireball? That wasn't Hauser, was it? Oh, wow, they're coming. I gotta get out of there.
Commander, we've lost contact with the operative. And set blasters to stun.
Wait,
Our orders.
is that Cody?
The target alive.
That kind of seems like Commander Cody, guys, doesn't it? What? They had such a long pause there. I wasn't even sure if it was done. Okay guys, so definitely an intense episode and you really feel like it's building up for the next one as well. I just want to talk about the ending there real quick. My first thought was, oh my gosh, is that Cody? Because they called him Commander and he kind of sounded similar to Cody. But then again, the clones do all sound similar. They're all voiced by D. Bradley Baker, but he does try and give each clone their own uniqueness as well. But yes, then it dawned on me that that is most likely Cody's replacement because if you'll remember, Cody previously went AWOL. The last time we saw him was when he went on that mission with Crosshair. He and Crosshair disagreed over whether or not to follow the Imperial officer's order to execute that woman. Cody wanted a peaceful resolution and Crosshair ended up executing her because he was following orders. And by the end of that episode, we found out that Cody went AWOL and that Crosshair will be getting a new commander. So I believe that that's the new commander we saw at the end there. So if that's the case, you gotta wonder what he's gonna be like. There's definitely some tension in that last scene. Is he going to be similar to how Cody was, or is he somehow gonna be a lot worse? We'll have to just wait and see. So this episode, we did see the return of a few familiar faces, such as Rex and Hauser. Fireball is another one. These are all clones that we've seen before. Obviously Rex we've seen before, but Hauser and Fireball we've seen previously in the series as well. Hauser took a stand against the Empire during the whole Ryloth Hera arc. It was him and a group of other clones, and then they were all arrested by Crosshair. So you can understand why in this episode Hauser still does have some resentment towards Crosshair. But it's ironic as well because even though Crosshair arrested him in that moment and made him a prisoner, Crosshair would go on later to himself be arrested and become a prisoner under the Empire. So actually both clones have very similar stories. They both were serving the Empire and doing what they thought was right and what made a good soldier, only to have some experience cause them to realize that they were on the wrong side, and then they both became prisoners. So you would think that actually that would make them see eye to eye now. It's just interesting how they both have similar stories, but it also does just remind us of the fact that Crosshair really has come a long way, but he has done a lot of bad as well while he was loyal to the Empire, and he's kind of, I think, coming face to face with a lot of that now that he's back with the Bad Batch. They do need each other now. All the clones definitely need to be united as much as possible, because as it was talked about in this episode, there's actually a lot of clones on Tantus who weren't prisoners that are in fact loyal to the Empire. And Crosshair did talk about how they underwent conditioning and had their identities erased. And so that's a real problem. Even by the end there, we saw the recovery team, the team sent in to extract Omega, I presume, and kill the others, was all clones. And the clone assassins, right, are clones. And I mentioned this in my video, but it does seem as though they're using the clones similar to how they used Force-sensitive people and former Jedi as Inquisitors. It's like a means of turning a certain group of people against their own kind for the sake of the Empire. And that's ultimately, I think, what allowed the Empire to become so powerful. The fact that they were able to divide and conquer in that way. Had the clones been able to truly stick together, you could argue that maybe the Empire would not have been able to be as powerful as it ended up becoming. It was sad as well in the episode how the other clones died. You saw that scene where Fireball tried to protect the others, dropped his flamethrower. One of the grenades rolled into line with the flamethrower, and then it caused the big explosion. It looked like he died along with the other clones. And if that is the case, that just again shows how serious and difficult of a fight this is against the Empire. I'm sure Rex spent so much time with them trying to build this team of clones. And even one of the clones, I think it was Hunter, mentioned that his numbers were growing. To go from that to now having all those clones lose their lives in mere minutes is just really sad, and just the reality of war and conflict. And the worst part about it is they died at the hands of another clone. We also saw the return of Chuchi this episode, along with the other senator. I believe his name was Senator Singh, and he was in a prior episode as well from Raxus. They talked about how they used to be enemies in the Clone Wars and now they're allies, and that just goes to show how much time and circumstances can really change a lot of things, and allies can turn to enemies and enemies can turn to allies. And that's kind of what's happening with Crosshair and Hauser. Even though they have a history, they are now on the same side. The politics of war really are not so black and white. There's so much gray in between. And actually the episode from the Clone Wars, Heroes on Both Sides, with Padme and Ahsoka, really delved into that idea. Padme's friend Mina Bonteri was a separatist, and Ahsoka initially was thinking that she was the bad guy for supporting Dooku and being a separatist, but it showed that there really were regular people on both sides, and now some of those regular people are finding new common ground in this new post-Clone War era. So nothing is permanent during war. Everything is temporary and things are always subject to change, and we're really getting to see that in this series. I really like the fact that we saw Teth again as well this episode. I mentioned it during my reaction, but we've seen this from the Clone Wars. What comes to mind for me is the Clone Wars movie when they're rescuing Jabba the Hutt's son. And we've seen this kind of happen in the series before, where they revisit Clone Wars areas that we've seen before. Remnants of previous wars always remain to a certain degree, but just under different circumstances. And we're visually reminded of that every time we revisit an environment that we saw in the Clone Wars. So yeah guys, going forward, we gotta see what happens. It looks like Omega is the target yet again. She explained to her brothers the whole M count thing. So yeah, little by little, with each episode, we're just learning more and more about what the Empire's plans are, and we're seeing them get closer and closer to returning to Tantus and hopefully being able to rescue and bring home the remaining clones. But of course we know, with regards to the M count experiments going on, what it's leading to. And that's the thing too, as a viewer, that's kind of unique about watching the show, is we know exactly what's happening while the characters have no idea. So it's kind of interesting as a viewer trying to watch them figure it out, all the while we know that Palpatine really wants to be able to clone himself, and that's what this is all leading to. It's kind of a unique experience, I'll say. But anyways guys, another great episode. I can't wait to watch the next one. You let me know down below in the comments, as always, what you thought of the episode, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon for episode 7 of season 3 of The Bad Batch. Until next time guys, take care and see you soon.